Happy Tuesday. I had to stop and think of what day it was. Happy Tuesday, everybody. 6:30 in the Midwest. Where else would you want to be besides Paranormal Among Us?
And here we are.
Here we are. It is freezing outside. Hope everybody is staying warm. It's not freezing down by you.
It's not freezing in Central Florida. In fact, it was 77 degrees about an hour ago.
So how you doing, Natalie?
I'm doing you nice. Oh my God, you're so funny.
Oh yeah, except I forgot you could do that to me. Yeah.
So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was fantastic. Good. Nice and peaceful. Ate way too much. I paid for it the other day, and it just anyway. Yeah. So how was yours?
It was good. It was very quiet. I needed a break after having my daughter in the hospital for 6 days, and so we needed some peace and quiet.
That's good. That's good. How's she doing?
She's doing very good. She's recovering well.
Good deal. Real quick before we get the show going, we need to take a second here, and one of our friends, Adam Whited from Half Inch Wrench Crew, on Monday, his house completely burned down. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook or anything, but we shared videos and pictures and stuff, and it was something with a battery, I guess, caught fire, and they put it out once, and they were just going to sleep, and luckily they woke up in time to get out of the house, and the house is completely gone. They do have insurance, but I tell you, Adam is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. Fantastic Bigfoot researcher here in Missouri. So if you haven't already, there's a GoFundMe page on Facebook going around. Here's the link. I have it pinned to the top of the chat. That's the link for GoFundMe for Adam. And I want to do this tonight. Anything, if you guys feel like you want to donate, if you can't donate to the GoFundMe page, if you want to do a super chat, if you want to do a super sticker, anything like that, everything that we do tonight is going to go to Adam. So just, and if you can't do that, and I completely understand that, it's, certainly not expected. If you can't do that, prayers for his family and everything. So,
lots of prayers and positive energy for his family. And I mean, even though they had insurance, it's still you can't replace a lot of the pictures and stuff like that they lost. So great.
And right before I got on here, I was looking on Facebook to get the GoFundMe page, and he posted a video showing his property. I don't remember what kind of house he had, or if it was a big house or whatever, but it was just nothing there. Completely leveled. So I mean, that's scary as all get out. Thank God him and his wife and his kids are fine. But also one other thing, we're going to have a special announcement. So obviously after the show, make sure you stay tuned to BMR. He's coming on at 8:00. I can't remember who he has on. DAY Song and Ron Murphy, I believe. But also head on over to Blinds and Booze. There's going to be a quick special announcement at 8:00. It's only going to be like 10-15 minutes. So make sure you check that out before you go on over to BMR's channel. So anyway, prayers for Adam and his family. If you feel like you can do that, if not, prayers and well wishes and everything for that. So appreciate everything. I think that's all we have before we bring Mandy out.
Yeah, let's bring Mandy out.
Wrong background on here for Tuesday. Oh
well. Oh well.
It'll be like a fireside chat on Tuesdays.
Yes.
I usually save that for Wednesdays. But guys, we have returning as so I go to a lot of Trans-Siberian Orchestra concerts, and when they ask the crowd if people are the first time coming to the show, anybody that's gone to the show before is a repeat offender. We have a repeat offender coming up. Welcome back, Mandy from Ghost Sisters. Hi,
Mandy. Welcome.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
You're like,
what? You were going to have that, were you?
Get me out of here. No, how you doing, Mandy?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Awesome. Awesome. Great to have you back. Great to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
Great to
You've
be
been
back.
so busy.
I have, and being out there being busy is. I caught a little bit of a cold, but I'm on antibiotics, so I'm doing good. So I know my voice it sounds a little different. So it's just I've been coughing, not too bad. I'm doing better.
That's
I'll be back at it tomorrow, guys. So I'll be investigating tomorrow night. So.
Yeah, have a little bit of rest and then back at it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when you do investigations, do you stay the whole night or do you just go like till 12, 1 o'clock?
It just depends. Now I have spent the night at locations.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we will go to like maybe 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. It just depends on how far the location is. The drive will be for us.
Mhm.
Which sister I have with me that's going to complain about how late.
Notice they're not on here.
Well, Chastity. I can't remember. Was she on the last one with you guys?
No,
too?
it was just you.
Just
Oh,
you.
She would have been on tonight, but due to what happened tonight.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I did tell my sister, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, because she complains about it being cold. I don't care where we're at. I said, if you start complaining, it's cold and you're tired, I'm putting you outside.
Did she complain after that?
She said, whatever.
She needs those hot hands.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's always cold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you have been doing a lot of filming and a lot of lives. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
So we are now filming for our YouTube channel. We are filming our own for episodes, and we actually just had one premiere last week, and it's called A Shadow Over Sydney, Ohio.
Ooh, okay.
We did a residential case that was, now I'm not wanting to throw the D word out there, the demon word, but there was something very off with this location that we were at, and I truly can say there is something probably wrong at this location. I'll say I don't know how many places I've done on residential cases, a lot, but I can only say maybe 5 locations that we've done residentials. I can say there's something not right. It wasn't just your angry spirit, and this place was one of them.
Do you run into a lot of demonic entities around the locations you go to?
I mean, I'm sure they're there, but they don't come out and mess with us. Now if I'm with a certain person, like my one friend Sean Austin, he's a demonologist. I mean, I have been to the locations that he's been to, and with just me or my sisters or someone else, never do we get demonic things or growls or crazy stuff coming through recorders. I go out there with Sean Austin, and these things are growling. They are talking crazy. And I'm like, it's you, because this doesn't.
He's a magnet.
I said, it has to be you. So, yeah. I mean, it happens. I can't say that it hasn't, but it's very rare when it's just, us.
Does he do anything different to bring them out, or
well, he's a medium, and he's a demonologist, and he's Catholic. I'm going to tell you, for some reason, these spirits, when he's out there, they just give him problems, and they let him know, because he's a Catholic. They let him know that I've even heard them say on the recorder, it's funny. And just funny, because they'll say, he's a Catholic. And
really?
Start laughing.
Oh,
it's because he his beliefs, and he's a demonologist, and he also says a prayer for them. He always does, and they hate that. He says the St. Michael's prayer.
For protection. Yeah.
Yes, and they know when he walks in, they're like, they're on him,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So this case, the residential case that you said just wasn't right. What kind of activity was going on there?
So what had happened, how we came across this location was the guy who's having the issues commented on, I think it was Paranormal Ohio group.
Mhm.
And when he just posted some things that he was experiencing, and he was looking for a paranormal investigator. He didn't know how to go about anything because was new to what he's experiencing. I mean, not really new to it, but new to looking for someone.
Right.
Mhm.
So when he put that in there, all these people were tagging Ghost Sisters. You got to get Ghost Sisters. I can't even. It's crazy. So
That's awesome.
I go over there and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Send me a message. Nothing for almost 2 weeks. I'm like, what is going on? So finally, I even went to the guy's personal page on Facebook and I sent him a message like, hey, this is Mandy, Ghost Sisters. Hey, nothing. And then one day I get a notification. The guy replied to somebody's comment. They were tagging us. And he said, do they charge? I can't afford to pay someone to come here and do that. And when I said that, I was like, I went over and responded real quick. Say, hey, no, we don't do that. We don't charge. Send me a message. And he did. And then we ended up talking. And then it went from there. And I told him, don't tell me. I don't want to know. You can tell me a little bit of things that happened when you were younger in the house, but I don't want to know who passed away in the house or, I just want to know a little bit because I'm a medium. I want to walk through and see what I can pick up.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff I found out, I didn't even know until I got there and did my walkthrough. And it was crazy. It was crazy, guys. Well, and then we found out more. So what happens is the house in Sydney, Ohio, and guys, you can go to Ghost Sisters YouTube channel and watch this. It was our first episode we premiered last week. You can hear all the interviews with the family. So what happened was his grandfather lived in that house. His grandparents did. And his grandpa passed away a year ago. He was 99 years old. And his birthday was just like, I think they said it was a couple days before he passed. So he'd have been 100. Well, he was a Pentecostal priest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And found out he was doing exorcisms on people. And
in the house?
I don't know if it was in the house.
Oh, okay.
Church. Oh, really? I don't even know if it was in the house. No one said. And the grandmother would be there too, witnessing it. So I did not know that until after we were done filming. So if I'd have known that, I would have made sure that was in the video. But they didn't tell me until a couple of days later when I talked to them on the phone. So anyway, so a lot of crazy stuff was going on at this place. I'm talking like TV stuff. I am not kidding you. I was like, this is too much for me to grasp.
TV stuff, but you mean like the stuff you find on Ghost Adventures where they freak out when something? Okay.
We're talking protocol stuff. We're talking
really.
We're talking somebody being pinned against the wall, sliding up a wall.
Oh,
things being thrown. I mean, unreal, like that, like Poltergeist, like the movie Poltergeist, man. It was crazy. And I was like, my brain just couldn't wrap around everything that I was hearing. But I was like, I'm the family, I believed what they had experienced, because who am I to judge what they went through? Who is anybody to judge them? We don't know,
Right.
And considering what the grandpa was doing, I think he was bringing things back home, and unknowingly it was affecting the children. Because what had happened, one of the things that had happened was when he was younger, he had seen this dark shadow during the day. In the morning, he was probably about 8, and him and his grandmother was asleep, and they woke up. And when he woke up, he said he saw this shadow peeking, coming out of the wall, looking at him. And his grandma seen it too, and she grabbed him immediately and took him into the kitchen and told him to hide underneath the kitchen table. And when she went back in there, it was gone. That was one thing that happened. The next thing that happened when he was like, I think he was 11 or 13. I can't remember. Well, he woke up and was screaming out loud. And the mother goes in there to see what's going on. She couldn't walk into the room. And what was going on was she had CDs flying at her. and they were aiming right for her neck.
Oh.
Wouldn't let her in. See, these were flying at her, and then she's seen her son was pushed up against the wall and was sliding up the wall. And it was unreal. Hear her tell this was really creepy. Well, all the commotion that's going on, the grandfather wakes up. He comes in there and immediately goes back and gets his Bible. By that point, she said she witnessed her son was thrown over to her by the door, literally was thrown over to her. And
Holy cow.
Father comes in there and he's saying whatever he's saying to get ready. And she said she never had ever seen anything that scary before in her life, and still hasn't to this day witnessed anything like it.
So you heard all of this before you went in there?
No.
Oh.
No. I did my walkthrough. First. And then once I was done with my walkthrough, we recorded for the interview.
Okay.
The mother and the son. And I was like, what? It was crazy because he didn't tell me like I didn't know that, he never mentioned that. I was like,
Oh
what?
my God.
Well, what I found out during my walkthrough, I got all kinds of validation. So it was pretty cool how it was done during the walkthrough. And they switched, over to them telling the story. Then they go back to me doing the walkthrough. But there was, they were messing with Ouija boards in there.
Oh no.
He didn't tell me that. Not at all. Never once mentioned it. And I was in the kitchen, walked into the kitchen, and I said, somebody's been messing with the Ouija board. I said, I don't know if it was in this area right here. Somebody's been messing with the Ouija board. They have opened up something unknowingly. I see somebody looking up dark things, and oh my gosh, it got crazy because the mother had told us that her son was messing. She came home and caught them in the kitchen playing with the Ouija board. And her stepson was looking up dark magic and all that stuff. He was trying to conjure up things.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So I had no clue, but I was picking it up during my walkthrough. So it all came out during the interview. And what I found out was he said he only messed with the Ouija board twice. That was it. So this was after what had already happened when he was younger. So all that crazy stuff happened when he was younger. And then later that happened with the Ouija board. So I was kind of wondering, like, okay, is there a little bit more here? I just, there was just so much there. But I can tell you guys, there was not a big place, but a lot of energy in this little place. And my sister, the skeptic, Bobby Joe, was with me. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, the skeptic, he really got herself, walked right into something jumped right on my sister. And I swear to you guys, I witnessed my sister literally, I thought she was going down, like going to pass out on me. She
oh my God.
literally walked into this hallway, and I had just stopped the camera from filming, and I was setting up my tripod, and I was getting ready to hit the start button. And before I could do anything, my sister literally hits the wall, and I'm looking at her, and her boyfriend was right there with her. And he's like, it happened so fast. And she says, Mandy, help me. And I said, what's wrong with you? And he grabs her and he's trying to hold her up. And the fear in my sister's eyes was, I've never seen her so scared. And I could hear it in her voice, and I could see it in her eyes.
Oh my God.
Something jumped on her. Like she walked right into some energy, and it was on you guys. And she couldn't stand. She said she didn't feel dizzy, like she was going to pass out. She said she just felt like she was going downhill on her knees. Like she couldn't stand. Everything was heavy. She had on her right side, she said everything. It was almost like, how you get say like when your hairs stand up, everything goes like that. She had it from all
like it is now, actually.
Yeah.
Imagine being there in that. It was crazy, you guys.
Yeah.
Wow. And I got her interview on that because I was not worried about starting up the camera, because my sister was literally, something was affecting her, and it's just the hell out of me.
Sometimes
that is mind blowing.
So is
Holy cow.
over here on your channel? Is it the one, A Shadow Over Sydney 1?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
That's episode 1.
So make sure you guys subscribe to Ghost Sisters. I have there's the link that's going up now for that episode that she was just talking about. Yeah, tonight before I go to bed, it's a 50-minute video. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, go right before
Scare
you
the
go
hell
to
out
bed.
of myself before I go to
Yeah.
bed. That's stupid.
I'm taking my friend Sean Austin, the demonologist, there, and he's also going to film there, and he's going to do blessing and everything. And oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous about it because I know there's going to be some bad things that come out.
Oh yeah. When is that going to happen?
December 12th.
Wow. Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll be looking for that.
So
one
close.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching that. That's going to be crazy.
There was a quick question here. Is there a smell when you sense a Ouija board?
I didn't smell anything like that. No, I just knew. Okay. I just, being a medium, spirit was just spilling the tea on them.
Yeah.
On it all.
Wow.
So
when you hear information like that on a house or a private case or whatever, what do you do differently to prepare yourself to go in there that night? Yeah.
Well, I don't really do anything different than what I would do going into any investigation. Are you talking like more like on the protecting side of things?
Well, either one. I mean, certainly protecting yourself from something negative like that. But when you hear information that there's something so negative there and so disruptive, throwing CDs at people's neck, what do you look for as you're going in there the first time after the lights are off and you're looking for whatever's there?
When we begin the investigation, it was active from the time we began to the time we stopped. We are looking to see if anything can validate what they have experienced and what they have been experiencing, things like that. So we did get, we had some weird interruptions with the recording when we did an EVP burst. My sister got affected again in a different room. And she literally walked out. And when I played back the recording, there was like, there was something there, but it interrupted. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know. It was almost like it didn't want us to do what we were doing, but we had a lot of crazy stuff that was going on. We did the Estes method. And I'm going to tell you guys also, this part, the Estes method we did is on the video, but after we got done filming, we went live. Okay. And probably shouldn't have did this, but the guy who was having the issues, he was curious about the Estes method. And he's like, I would love to see if they will talk to me since, he's having all these issues. He goes, but they probably won't. And I said, look, I could go first and you watch me. Let's see what happens. And he's like, oh, no, I'll go. They probably won't talk to me. I said, okay, I'm going to put you in for 5 minutes. I said, and that's it. I'm telling you guys, I've never seen this happen to somebody during a Estes method. This guy, and I had to tell him, what you hear, tell us what you're hearing, whatever. So he's repeating back whatever he's hearing. He's even laughing through the thing because something is laughing through the spirit box. And so he starts laughing. And the crazy thing was we put a REM pod in front of him to see if anything would happen during this.
Yeah.
This guy all of a sudden starts, you could see him sweating and then you could see him tensing up. And this is during the live. Okay. And he starts contorting, like his knuckles and stuff start going like this. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I witnessing here? And I just knew I had to get this guy out of the Estes. I've never seen that before. And I was like, what did I do?
Did he remember
what
he was doing?
What had happened was I pulled him out. He was freaking out because this thing was affecting him so much. He just, I said, dude, you got to get out. Hey, calm down, calm down, calm down. And he
Mhm.
starts cussing. He's trying to get up off the chair and he couldn't even get up and walk. And my sister goes, Mandy, that is exactly what happened to me in the hallway. And I'm like, what is going on here? So we finally lifted this guy up and we're like, we got to get him outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we get him outside and I'm like feeling so bad. I'm live on 2 platforms. I'm like, oh God. And people are like watching, freaking out. Like, what is going on?
Wow.
Well, I go back into that house and I'm explaining to everybody, hey guys, everything just shifted in here real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, I start hearing noises in the back room. I start hearing noises in the kitchen and something came over me and said, Mandy, get out of here. And I said, I got to get out of here. So I step outside. I said, you guys, it's getting weird in here. So my sister's boyfriend came back in with me and we continued on. And eventually everybody came back in. And then he told what had happened to him. It was weird, you guys. I felt like something was in him. It started.
Oh my God.
Listen, like I said, this was like some weird TV stuff going on. And the guy's never done an Estes before.
And it's 100% legit.
You
I
can
mean, the stuff on TV, I have my doubts about that. But
yeah, I know.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is like going on in front of my eyes, and we were live. And I was like, and the REM pod started going off right when he started going into this, whatever was going on. It just, everything just, and you can see that live on our Facebook and it was on TikTok at the time. So we were on TikTok and Facebook live during
If that ain't a tease about going to watch a video, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's
Jeez.
subscribe to the
I know.
page.
I'm thinking about ending the show now and going over to watch it.
Right, like let's all go just watch that.
Yeah.
It was creepy.
Wow.
It was.
Oh,
Wow.
man,
We did validate a lot through my Estes method that I did. Here it said a girl's name that came through, Michelle. Come to find out, the owner had told me he had dated a girl because he's also in a band. He's a musician. And he said when they were in New York, playing in a gig they were in, he met a girl there and they started dating while he was over there. And he said when he came back home, he went to look her up on Facebook for whatever reason. And he said he found out, she committed suicide. Her name was Michelle.
Wow.
And he's like, why would she be here? I said, listen, it doesn't matter. She knew you. I'm on here. I'm a medium. She's going to come right through and talk. And she clearly said your name,
Wow.
I just couldn't understand that. And I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's here. She's obviously here.
Yeah, they know when you're going to be there and they already know and when to show up.
Yeah.
And I saged that place, you guys, and this is crazy. So I'm not really one that's big on the apps and I don't use them really. Only one that I support Sean Austin. Do you guys know who Sean Austin is?
I've heard of him.
I've heard the name, but I don't know who he is.
Sean Austin's on 28 Days Haunted. He was on Ghost Loop and all those.
Oh, okay.
He created his own app. And I'm really good friends with him. We're really good friends. I support him in his app. And sometimes when I'm out there, I will use his app because his app is different. It's AI doing the communicating. It doesn't have a dictionary in it, so it can't hear what I'm saying and then manipulate. You know what I mean? Most apps do. His doesn't have a dictionary. So it's listening for disembodied voices, and then it'll say out loud what it's hearing. So it's pretty creepy. So when I was saging, that app said, and I kid you not, it said, I can't breathe. I'm not kidding you. And we wasn't even, it was like, what? And they say when you sage, I had windows open. We had windows open.
Yeah.
I'm doing the prayer and I'm saging, which I probably shouldn't have saged because it did make it worse for them after that. I was trying to lower the energy because I just never dealt with anything like this. And I can bless your home, but not to the extent that Sean can, but I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
But to hear that, say that, I was like, that was weird. It was weird.
Wow.
I was suffocating. He said, I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I mean,
Stinks.
Clear as day. Yeah.
so you got me.
Wow.
I mean,
My mind is just blown by
Yeah.
the amount of activity and the fact that they're living in this. I mean, they're actively living in this home, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
out of there.
The mother's father passed, so they got the house, and they think once he passed that whatever was laying dormant there has come back, and it just started kicking up all this activity. And plus, I know for a fact that the guy that was having all these issues, I know that he's sensitive. He's a sensitive guy, and he unknowingly is opening doors to these things that they just follow him, and they're really drawn to him.
Wow.
And his grandfather can't protect him. He can a little bit, but he can't as much as he could when he was here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
holy cow. So you guys are going back. You know,
Thank you,
did
Brian.
you tell Sean about this already, or are you keeping this kind of like, don't watch anything, just
he won't
walk
watch
in
my
cold?
video because he's going to do his own walkthrough.
Yeah.
Only thing I told him was how he was pinned against a wall and the dark shadow came out. I know what it's like not wanting to know anything. So that's the only thing I've told him. And he knows that his grandpa was a priest, and I told him that he was doing exorcism. So that's about it. Because he's like, I don't want to know anything. So I know the golden rule. We don't want to know anything.
Right. Right.
Wow.
So,
and how long does he go into a place? Does he do a full investigation, or does he just go in and do a blessing?
No, he'll go in and film because he has his own show on YouTube.
Okay.
Against the Evil. So he loves it when I get these cases like this because yes, after I go first, or I'll take him with me first. It just depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to go in. I'll film him. I will help him. And then once he's done with that, we'll both go live. Actually, we'll probably both be live during the filming because he goes live while he's filming. I don't know how he manages it, but he does.
Yeah. That's incredible.
It'll all be live. So
I can't wait to watch that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
he will get crazy stuff on his recorder, you guys. I'm not kidding you. And it scares me because things will start coming after me, saying bad things like they're going to get me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like,
wow.
No. Like,
so after an investigation like this, and actually, has anything ever followed you back home after you do an investigation? Because I know you've gone to some pretty sketchy places.
Yes. Yeah, they do. They do follow me. They most definitely do. I actually just filmed for another friend of mine who's got his own channel, Haunted Excursions on YouTube. And we were at a coffee shop in Indiana. And he wanted me to come along because he wanted me to do my walkthrough with my mediumship. And we investigated afterwards, which turned out to be a really good episode too. You guys can go check that out. But that night when I got back home, it was like the next day or two, I think. I was in my bedroom. It was just me and my husband here. And my husband was in the living room. I was in the bedroom making my bed. And something out of the corner of my eye caught me. Something that looked like it came out of the wall and walked right towards my Christmas tree. And I could only see it from the waist down. I couldn't see the full body of it. I could just see the legs. And I was like, oh no. Did I just see this? And my mind's like questioning it, I'm like,
yeah,
I know I seen it, but then I'm trying to rationalize something with me. Well, later that night, I'm sitting in the living room watching TV and my husband's in the back bedroom. And he can only see a little bit in the hallway with the door open. He can't see me in the living room and stuff, And he starts yelling. He's like, Mandy. And I'm like, what? I'm watching TV. He goes, was you just in the hallway? I said, no, I'm watching TV. He goes, Mandy, I just seen something in the hallway. I said, what did you see? Because I had seen something earlier and I'm like, wow, maybe I did see this. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I really wouldn't have thought anything of it until the dog perked up and the dog seen it too. So that really freaked him out because the dog was laying down, and the dog, when he seen it, it alerted the dog at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he said he couldn't make out what it was, but it was like the silhouette of something. He said he couldn't see the whole thing. And I thought, oh God, something's here. And I seen it the next day when I was cleaning my house during the day. I was in the kitchen cleaning, and I seen that thing dart right by me. And I was like, oh, gosh. I knew it came from the coffee shop. It had to have. I was just there.
Yeah.
You know?
It wanted to come home with you. Like, she seems
I
so
haven't
nice.
It was here for a couple of days, and then boom, it was gone. Usually I would sage my house if something like I don't, if I felt uncomfortable. I didn't sage, so I didn't really feel uncomfortable with it. So if it's really something uncomfortable, I will. Which when I got back from that residential, I did sage because I knew something had followed me. And when I was on the phone talking to Sean, he heard someone talking, and it wasn't me. He's like, Mandy, I think something followed you. You made it mad. You saged. And I said, oh gosh, don't tell me that, man. He goes, you got something dark that followed you. And I was like, no. I said,
he heard it over the phone.
He heard it when we were talking.
Oh my God.
I told him, I said, I'm saging. I said, I'm going to sage. And I did. I cleaned house and I saged my whole house.
Holy shit.
Wow. My.
Yeah.
So what does your husband, does your husband do investigations? Does he go out with you?
He does sometimes. He's not a paranormal investigator. He gets drug into this. I do. When my sisters can't go, or if I don't want to go alone, because my husband is skeptical, even though this man has seen ghosts in our house. He has heard them. He has heard me coughing when I'm not here. He has heard whistling in the house. He has heard multiple disembodied voices, and he's had the weird experiences that I've had. And he still questions everything. It's like, what do you want? But he's
need hard evidence.
Yeah. I'm not a paranormal investigator, but I do bring him out. I do.
Kicking and screaming, or
I think he's starting to like it a little bit more. Sometimes he's like, I really don't want to go. I'm like, I need you to go. You got to help me. I need you. My sisters can't go. I don't really feel like going alone. And he'll go. And then I'll have him doing the Estes and stuff. And he gets all kinds of stuff doing the Estes method. It's great. It's great.
And he's still a skeptic.
Yeah. And he works in law enforcement. So he's really good to take to prisons and jails and those type of things. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Wow.
They start calling him out through the box. They'll start saying captain, because he is a captain. And like, captain. And I'm like, I just start laughing,
So they know. Like, we know.
Oh, wow.
Now, have you ever been injured in any of these investigations due to a haunting or some sort of evil presence?
No.
That's good.
Well, I've had them really mess with my mind. I can tell you that. Mentally mess with my mind, and where I knew these thoughts were not mine. And I had to cleanse myself, take a sea salt bath. I had to do all kinds of stuff to get this off of me. And I've only had that happen when I came back from the Ura Shrine in Tennessee. Yeah. But other than that, nothing's ever hurt me. I have been scratched, but nothing bad. I never thought once it was anything demonic. No.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Well, and sometimes scratching, it could be an accident. They're trying to just get your attention, and it happens.
And kind of let you know who's boss. They're running the show there. You're just there trying to figure out what's going on. And they're the ones that are no, we don't want you here. Here's a little.
Yeah. Or if it's a child who couldn't speak, what if it was a child that mute or something? And that's another way. They're going to pinch or they're going to scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And sometimes they, I've had it where they've poked my leg because it's funny. They think it's funny. Like, I got you. So it does. They like to, poke fun too. So what other crazy experiences have you had since we last talked?
Well, I just investigated the Broadwell funeral home Saturday with my friend Jenny, Jennifer's Paranormal Investigations. She used to be a ghost sister. She used to be on our team for like 2 years, and then she went and branched off.
Wait a minute. How did she used to be a sister? Did you like kick her out of the family, or what's going on?
No, she's not. She's not blood related.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she looks like she could be because she has dark hair.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like she could be a sister.
Okay, sorry, I had to ask that question.
Be on the team. And now she has her own team, and her and I went to the Broadwell Funeral Home in Felicity, Ohio. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio, so it's a little town in Cincinnati. And this place is well known for crazy activity, and whatever's there does not like women. Okay. We decided we just wanted it to be her and I Saturday night. And I'm going to tell you guys the stuff we got there. So she has a 1978 baby monitor. The older stuff seems to work the best, you know?
Yeah.
So she takes this baby monitor and she places it downstairs while we're upstairs investigating, but we're listening for noises, right? Oh my gosh, guys. It sounded like something walked in and slammed the door shut. You hear bang. I actually dropped the F-bomb because it threw me off guard. And I was like, I don't usually, every now and then I will. I'm not perfect, but it startled me. And it kind of really scared me because that was so loud. And she's like, I locked the doors. Nobody's here. So they think there's a poltergeist there. I'm almost convinced there is a poltergeist there after hearing those loud bangs. I mean, what else is doing it? You know, what's, right. I mean, maybe spirits, but just all night long, the monitor, you could just hear banging and walking, and oh, it was crazy. And sometimes it sounded like you could hear people talking.
Wow. Where do you get a baby monitor that old? Did she get it on clearance or like at an antique shop?
You can, I don't know. You got it. Yeah, you can go to eBay, Amazon, and look for them. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've got one. I've got one. Haven't used it in a long time.
I mean, even the simplest things like a baby monitor from the 70s works as ghost hunting equipment. So you don't have to go out and spend all kinds of money on these new fangled gadgets or whatever. Just go to eBay, get an old baby monitor. I mean, that's awesome.
So much equipment. I've got thousands of dollars in equipment and I don't use half of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do every now and then. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll take the 3D SLS camera. Let's take this. Or it's very rare.
I mean, those are pretty cool. Just to you know, shoot something down the hall and be able to see a stick figure coming through or something, or thermal the see something coming through. But you know, I've been looking at Amazon and some other places. I'll be more than happy to name the places that I look if you guys pay me for it. I don't know, but where was I going with this? Oh, but you know, that's a lot of money, and you could just use very simple stuff like your own senses, really, for one.
Yeah.
Recorders.
I love quiet time. I do. I love just listening. You know, but you got to debunk. You got to, because you don't know if it could be a mouse or what, an animal, and you know, you just don't know. But the thing is, whatever made that loud, we heard it 3 times throughout the night. It was loud, guys. I mean, it literally sounded like the door slammed. And the owner said he keeps a chair up on the basement door because he got tired of coming back and the door was wide open. He said this would not quit opening up the door.
Wow.
Yeah, I was getting
Your
touched.
head was touched. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jenny was getting touched too. We had a lot going on. It's a creepy place.
Yeah.
We've even captured disembodied voices there, and it was very, very creepy, guys. Do
you ever catch those with your naked ears when you're in the moment, or do you have to go back and you're watching the video and you hear that?
I do hear them a lot. I do. I do hear them. voices
see
without
that.
the recorder.
Mhm.
But sometimes when I don't hear it,
Mhm.
playing it back on the recorder will sometimes do it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to not fast forward through things. You just got to sit and listen to everything. And yeah, it takes a while to go
Yeah.
through all that stuff, but
Yeah.
you got to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Real quick before we get moving on, once again tonight we are doing. There's a GoFundMe link on top of the YouTube chat if you want to donate to Adam from Half Inch Wrench Crew. Everything, super chats and everything that we make tonight are going to go to him. So I just want to repeat that for any people that weren't here in the very beginning. Mandy, this is fantastic.
Yes.
If you haven't yet, make sure you go on over to Ghost Sisters on YouTube and subscribe to their channel.
Mhm.
Here it is. It's in the chat. Jenny's been dropping it. Pam's been dropping it. Everybody else or other people have been dropping it too. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to that. Awesome stuff over there.
Incredible.
Here's a quick question from Mark. Mandy, do you use laser grids?
I used to, but they never last long in the field. They drain so fast. Now, my friend Jenny, she was using one that night, Saturday night, down in the basement, and it probably lasted 15 minutes, and then they just drained it.
Wow.
They never
Now-
last long for me.
Now,
Thanks
do
for
you
being
get-
here, Mark.
Do you get that a lot too? Batteries being drained real quick once you're in a location?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I just
Mhm.
purged this, and it's drained already.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping tomorrow night during our filming that the mics don't get drained, because the place we're going to is a very active location. You know,
Mm,
the history.
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's tough to be out there and you're in the heat of the moment and then your battery goes. And it's so frustrating.
I know.
So frustrating.
I have a K2 meter going over here, and out of the corner of my eye, I can see it light up. And whenever I turn, it doesn't. It's down to
Listen,
first
if
green.
I was to have a REM pod on in here, this room creeps me out. This room is so scary, you guys. I'm not kidding you. This room is so, and the reason I'm just telling you, there was a lady that died in this room.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's her doing it, but there's other things in this room. I actually went to the there's a new place, guys, in Toledo, Ohio. It's a funeral. It's called the Mortuary Manor, and I've been there twice. And one night I came back from there, and I'm pretty sure something followed me from there, because the next night I was out here watching TV, and I had the door open to my office here, and it's about 2:30 in the morning. I wake up and I'm like turning off the TVs and everything. And we have cameras, security cameras outside, inside, everywhere. So I'm like, I turn off the TV and stuff and the lights, and me and the dogs are walking down the hall. I get right here, just getting ready to pass my office. I hear this guy, you guys. I thought somebody was in my house. This guy goes real loud. He screamed, sure. I don't even know what the loud as he could. It startled me so bad when I got into the bedroom. My husband was asleep. I tried to wake him up. And I'm like, something's in the room. And I said, I don't know what it is. I just heard something. He's like, oh, it's probably a ghost, Mandy. I'm sleeping. He didn't want nothing to do with it. And I'm thinking, this man is not going to get up. There could be someone in the house.
He's so immune to it. He's like, it's just a ghost. Don't worry.
I didn't want nothing to do with it. And I'm like, somebody could literally be in our house, and this guy, but the dogs didn't even respond. So the weird part is I just said, screw it, it's probably a ghost. And I shut this door. I was like, oh my God, I shut the door. It scared me so bad. It just startled me. It was so clear, like I'm talking to you guys.
Mhm.
The next day I wake up and I come out here to the living room. The TV's on. And I'm like, no, I turned off this TV, man. What is going on? So I checked my security cameras, and it did not show the TV coming on at all. So it didn't capture that. I don't know what the heck.
Really?
But I think so.
Wow.
It's scary. And now I will not leave this office door open. No. It stays shut.
Really?
Wow.
It's really active in here. but I got like 10 dolls.
Oh, that could do it
okay.
too.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure it is, but I'm almost positive whatever. I don't know. There could be a portal up in here. I don't know.
Well, maybe one of the dolls. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, one of the dolls is like, hey, we're on it too.
Well, we came from haunted locations, so it's possible. People.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saged them and it's still active. I saged them to lower the energy.
Mm-hmm.
They still.
Okay. So hang on a second. You got those dolls from a haunted location.
People would give me their dolls because I would go do residentials and stuff. And I don't want this doll. I mean, you take it. I'm like, I'll take the doll. And then
Take a check, for heaven's sakes. Don't take the doll.
the year time, the owner, he had extra dolls and he said, you're going to pick one of these dolls out and you're going to take it with you. I'm like, what? And you guys, this is no joke. There was like 5 dolls and I was like, oh God, which one do I want? I picked this one out that kind of looked like me. It's got hair like me and everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I post a picture of this doll from the Ural Shrine and somebody says, that's a Mandy doll. I said, what? They said, Mandy, it's called a Mandy doll. I said,
No.
Mandy doll from the 70s. I've never heard of that. I was born in 78. I never heard I still don't know about no doll named Mandy until I brought that doll home. And I'm not kidding you. It's got hair like me and everything. I was creeped out because what was the odds of 5 dolls? I chose that doll.
The Mandy doll. I think it shows you.
Yeah.
It shows you. It's like, I got to go home.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, guys. And I still have that doll just standing there looking at me right now.
Oh, it's looking at you now.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a no doll.
Is there any way that you could turn the camera to see it, or?
Yeah. Maybe.
Because
Let me turn it. You're going to see some of my creepy dolls up there. Let's see if you guys can see.
There they are.
Oh,
there's more on the floor. You can't see them all.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
Can you see the dark one? There's
Yeah.
the dark up there. That's the
Yeah.
That's good gravy.
Oh.
Oh my.
I got a huge plant right there.
Yeah.
Blocking walls.
And thank you for doing that. I just wanted to see that. And
Well, yeah, well, I've got more on the floor there, so but that's okay. They don't like to be on camera. They really don't.
Oh.
They will
really.
They'll mess with my electronics. When I first brought these dolls, and I would take a picture, my camera literally wouldn't focus. It would not, and then I had all kinds of stuff going on with the computer. I said, okay.
Oh crap! I wish
I said I'm going to have to sage you. And I would not to be mean, because they say sage burns spirits, and I've had them confirm that through my spirit box, clear as day. But I do it to lower the energy because they can get really energy can really amp up.
Right. I've been around some haunted dolls, and it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
They'll mess with your energy, and they'll mess with you.
Oh yeah, I said no more dolls. I'm not getting no more. I thought about selling some of these dolls. They have been out there in the field with us, and I got a clown we brought from Missouri. And the reason I wanted it is because something knocked it off when we were filming. And I was like, I want that clown, and I don't even like clowns. And I've got clowns.
Okay, so I have to share this with you. I
don't
have
the dolls, but the clown too.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
I have to share this with you. At Emmaus, one of the rooms has I think it's one of the shower rooms.
Yep.
Has a clown laying in it.
Like a life-size clown, like as in an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't find it now. Of course.
Yeah. And we did an investigation there, and I had these right there it is.
Oh no, that looks like something from the Poltergeist.
Yeah, isn't that nasty? So
Yeah.
I had dowsing rods, and a doctor came through, and we kept asking questions like, "Do you like this?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Do you want it removed?" He's like, "Yes." They didn't like it. They were like, "Get it out of here."
Yeah.
We didn't remove it.
We couldn't. But we're not the owners. I'm like, "We'll let them know."
Yeah.
That's creepy.
It's so creepy. Clowns.
I've got two tall dolls. They're really tall, and I've got grandchildren. And the craziest thing, my grandchild got into my office and was carrying around that doll. I was like, no,
put it back. Don't do it.
I was like, no, you can't have this doll. And she's wanting to play with it. It's as tall as her, and she's carrying it around.
Oh my God.
No.
She was like, no.
Wow. Dude, I don't know if, because this has been completely freaking me out. I don't know if you've mentioned this or not yet, but have any of those dolls fallen off the shelf in there?
No, I can honestly say not that I can recall. No, but I can set a REM pod up there. I can set a cat ball up there. No, everything will just go off. It'll go crazy. Yeah, it's intense. There's something going on with these dolls.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Yeah.
So the one question that I had this early when Natalie was talking, that I wrote down, I made in my note. And I
look at you writing questions
look
down. I'm so proud.
53 years old, and I'm finally getting it now.
Oh, Hercules. Hercules.
Thank you. All night. So does it matter to you when you're investigating if it's day or night? I mean, things happen either time, but do you find things happening more to you guys when you're doing investigations during the daytime or late at night?
I have to go with late at night, only because we don't do a lot of investigations during the day. We have done a few, but not a whole lot. But there was one case, we were at Cooper Hill in Missouri, a very, very crazy location. And this was
where's that at in Missouri?
Cooper Hill. I can't remember the town. It's out in the country. I've been there. I've probably been there 8 times. My friend owns it, and it's like a small village, and it's called Cooper Hill. And she lives in one of those old brick houses there, real big place. It looks like one of those old Civil War houses. But Cooper Hill had a village. There was a community that actually lived there back in the early 1800s, and they even have their own cemetery like a mile and a half from there. So, and some of the houses are still up on the property. It is very active at this location. We've gotten door slamming. We've had craziness at this place, guys. It's crazy. But one day, it was during the day, and my sister and a couple friends that was there with us, they went to the store, left me and one other girl there during the day. This was probably about 5:30 in the summertime. And I was like, well, I'm going to do some investigating, right? And I wasn't live or anything, so I was just asking questions and stuff. Oh my gosh, out of nowhere, the loudest bang. I thought something busted a glass or something. It was so loud. I actually captured it because I was using this device. I forget what it was called. At that time, I was trying it out, and it actually captured me, the whole thing, the whole hear it and everything. It was freaking. That was during the day.
Really? I just checked. That's about an hour and a half from me, so I might check
that would be
out.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The owner, actually, I'm like I said, I'm really good friends with her. And I told her, hey, I want to come back, girl. I want to come back. Everybody loves it when we go to, because I keep telling her, I said, you're sitting on a gold mine. You could literally let investigators come here for whatever you want to charge. They've got all this land, all these places, a cemetery, everything in your house, everything. And,
So that sounds like it could be a hell of a lot more than just ghosts too. I mean, with cemeteries, you got,
Mhm.
cryptid stuff going on there and all kinds of weird
UFOs.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was at nighttime. I seen second time I seen a pair of legs that couldn't see the upper half. All you could see was the waist down. We was at Cooper Hill. That was the first time I saw a pair of legs and didn't see the whole body. Was at Cooper Hill. I seen it walking up the dang driveway up the hill. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm like zoning out looking at this thing, and you could see it. It was kind of clear through, but looked like blue jeans just walking.
Just a pair of legs.
I'm not kidding you guys. It's almost like it didn't
That's
have
weird.
enough energy to manifest and show its
Wow.
form, That's creepy.
That is crazy. Yeah, because I'm sure that would hold, not to your point, Paul, like cryptids,
Mhm.
You got Dogman and Bigfoot and God only knows what else up there.
Yeah.
And they said President Abraham Lincoln had been to this location.
Really? Very
Yeah.
interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, this place. Yeah.
Right when you were talking about the pair of legs walking up, my YouTube tab crashed.
Oh,
Yeah. Just went off.
okay. It was like, those are my legs.
Yeah. Excuse me. Stop talking about my legs. So, every time you're looking up at your dials, I'm freaking out. Like, oh, what's going on up there?
I do, because I sense spirit in my room. There's you can't walk into this room. I don't even care if you are someone who says that they have no sensitivity whatsoever. You walk in here, you're going to feel something in this room.
Yeah.
Something is just off with this room. And when this used to be my daughter's room. She was terrified to be in this room.
Oh,
Terrified. And she would tell me that she would see these freaking ghosts coming out of the walls, the floors, and they just terrorizing her. She was terrified.
oh my gosh.
It's crazy. This room, I don't know why.
Mhm.
That
So-
is insane.
Being a medium, just going about your everyday life, not investigating anything, just going to grocery store or whatever. Do you ever just you're kind of walking along the grocery store aisles or wherever you're going, and you see something that shouldn't be there, and you're like, oh, what are you doing here?
I see. This is how it works for me. I will see them if they want me to see them. If not, I'll get an image in my mind of them. So I have seen them when I'm out investigating. It's like when I'm not expecting it. That's when they show themselves. So I've been to the grocery store not paying attention. I've had stuff fall off the shelves in front of me, but never see the ghost when I'm out there.
Oh wow.
But stuff will knock off in front of me.
Wow. And you're like, wasn't me, but I know who did that. I mean, you won't believe it, but
I swear it wasn't me, but we're trying to get your attention.
exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
Do they ever wake you up at night because they have to get a message through?
I can just tell you, there's so much that goes on in the middle of the night sometimes for me. Not every night, but we got the full moon is on Thursday, and every time the full moon is near, it's like that's when it gets really intense for me. I've had them crawl into my bed. I've had them tug at my covers. I've had them talk to me in my ear. I've had them. You ever lay down and you just close your eyes? I mean, you're not even asleep yet. You're just closing your eyes. You're comfortable. And then all of a sudden you hear somebody say something to you.
Yeah.
They do this to me a lot. Mandy.
Oh my God.
Mandy, I'm like, I'm not even asleep yet, man.
Yep.
So they do that to me a lot. As far as like literally waking me up, talking to me, no, nothing like that. It's usually they'll come to me when I'm trying to sleep, or they'll come visit me in my dreams. I literally went to an investigation, connected with a spirit, and then I only got like the first name. And then when I came back home and went to sleep, that spirit came to me in my dream and gave me their full name, first and last name.
Oh, wow.
That's creepy whenever that's happened to me. And it doesn't happen often, but something usually because something follows me.
Yep.
You know, it's weird. You know, a lot of us who aren't mediums think how amazing it is. And then, you know, hearing it from a medium like you, I mean, is it really all that exciting? I mean,
It wasn't for me at first. My whole life I've been this way, but I never seen the ghost when I was younger, when I was a teenager or anything. I heard them. I'm talking, listen, it was really bad for me when I was younger and growing up. I never seen them. Never seen them with my eyes. It wasn't until it was probably about 10 years ago. That's when I started seeing them. I was like, whoa, because I actually been doing my mediumship. Actually, I do readings for people all over the world. I give readings. So I've been doing mediumship way before I started my team. I've been doing this for 10 years. And the paranormal, I've been going into 9 years. So I started that before. But no, not always. They were coming through my electronics talking to me. I would hear noises. I would hear disembodied voices. I never seen them until 10 years ago. I started seeing them then.
Wow.
So you developed that. Were you working on wanting to see them to get a better connection?
Well, what happened was my daughter, the one I was telling you that was terrified of this room, she is definitely psychic medium big time. It is so bad. I felt bad for her because what happened was she started experiencing all this crazy stuff when she was 12. It was so bad, you guys. I didn't know how to help her. I was like, I don't know what to do, man. When we moved into this house, when we bought it, it like opened her up wide up. It was like, oh my God, you know, all this stuff that was happening here. So my sister said, hey, Mandy, there's this guy in Ireland. You should get a reading from him. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, just do it. He might be able to help you. So I get a reading from this guy and he was amazing. And he tells me, he said, you know, Mandy, you're a natural medium. That's why you've been experiencing this stuff, you know, your whole life. I said, really? I said, well, I knew something was going on. He goes, I can help you help your daughter. He goes, I can mentor you if you'd like and help you connect more to spirit so you can understand more instead of being so scared. And you can help your daughter. So this guy from Ireland mentored me for a whole year.
Oh, nice.
And that did it. Once I was being mentored and I was I was giving people readings. He was putting me in front of people in Ireland that I've never met in my life. And I was giving readings to them. And everything just started connecting for me. And I was able to help my daughter. And I would, you know, I'd get crystals for her. I got her a cross and I was doing everything I could to help her. But she was going through it, guys. I'm talking and she's still going through it. She still is to this day. She sees them all the time.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 21.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's got to be really, really hard. I mean, you know, not knowing what's going to happen next. And, you know, as a child, I mean, that's got to be really frightening.
It was. She didn't want no part of it. She says, I don't want none of this. I don't want no part of it. I said, well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because you're in it.
I don't think you have a choice.
I tried to tell her, I said, Allie, you got an amazing gift. Imagine how you could help people. You can help spirit. I said, you could be helping these spirits. They need help. No. She was terrified. It was bad, really bad for her.
Wow. That's nuts.
Yeah, we have a question.
Is it a cryptid?
Okay, so she had mentioned this before. Bigfoot Faye does mention this before. She mentioned that she gets a 1940s vibe from your room that you're in right now. Is there anything tied to that room with 1940s Bing Crosby White Christmas movie?
No, I do have a really old porcelain glass doll, and he's dressed up like Charlie. You guys know Charlie, the guy that would do the
mime?
Yes. That's the only thing I have that's really old in here.
Okay. Huh.
But that's really specific. A 1940s Bing Crosby white crystal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old. I call him Charlie because he's dressed like him. He's got the suit and everything. He's old. He's very old.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think
that's crazy.
That, but
that was very, very specific. Maybe he was picking up something.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been over to Hollywood with Patty Negri. I brought something back from Hollywood when I was over there with her. It followed me here.
Wow.
So
there. Because it's gone now, but it did follow me. And it was something from like that time frame.
Yeah.
Unless he's still lingering here. And I don't know.
Yeah. 1940s World War II ghosts.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been everywhere. It's really hard to say. So.
Okay, this K2 thing is freaking me out.
Is it going off?
It goes off when I'm looking here. I mean, it's no, okay, call me a liar. Then when I look over at it, there's nothing. It's like something's playing hide and seek with me. Yeah. Okay.
It's messing with you.
Yeah.
But everybody has the ability. Everybody is born with the ability. They really are.
Yeah.
They just close it down when they're young because they're told it's not real. You know what I mean? And then they just close it down.
Yeah,
I left it open.
Yeah, and I mean, I had a lot of abilities as a child, but then as you grow up, it was just like it was lost, and now I'm starting to get it back because I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a conscious effort to work on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's slow, but it's going.
That's good. That's good. And the more you do it, the more you will tap into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And kind of curious to this question, Natalie and I both have used this before. Have you ever used or heard of the God's helmet?
Yes, I've heard of it. Never used it. I do have something that's called the brainwave. I can get it out and show y'all if you want me to.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 people who have one, and I am one of them.
Wow.
5 people that have one?
Katie Stafford. You know who Katie Stafford is?
Yeah.
I know the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from Devil's Perch. He's from Ghost of one of the Travel Channel movies or shows. He's built a lot of things, and I have a lot of his equipment, the ink box and a couple other things. Well, I seen he was talking about this brainwave, and I messaged him. I said, "Hey, I want that darn thing." I'm like, "Can you make it for Ghost Sisters?" He's like, "Yeah, but it'll be a few months, and it might take me a while." And he did.
Wow.
Now, I probably shouldn't say this. I didn't get charged the full price.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah.
Let's just say I paid my amount. He only charged me $450.
Okay.
No, $400. But they were selling it for $1,200. But only 5 people have one of these, and I'm one of them. Nice. And I don't use it all the time, but I'll get it. I'll show you guys.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting on her to get that, just to remind you that anybody who wants to donate tonight, everything that we're raising tonight goes to Adam from Half Inch Wrench Crew. So far we got, and I'm keeping track of all this stuff here. We got Brian. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
For that. Gary Spikes, thank you so much for the $10. And
thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for all that. So all that stuff's going to Adam tonight. So
this
all right.
Unique. Now this is the brainwave. It reads your mind. And this device right here, Katie made is his own little spirit box he made. It doesn't have a sweep. All it has is the volume and then the buttons to turn it on. You have to use your mind to make the sweep go fast. And it's pretty cool. You can do it. So here is the actual brainwave.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Bama.
This is the brainwave.
Okay.
He calls it the Mind Flex. This band is called the Mind Flex.
Oh.
And you want me to put it on and show y'all real quick?
Yes.
Please. I mean, yeah, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I don't want to. Yeah.
I'll just put it on and just show you what it looks like when it's on. It has to clip to my ears. So basically, I would have this part right there. and I would clip these to my ears like this.
Uh-huh.
I know it looks a little silly. I'm not really doing it perfect, guys. I'm just kind of showing
That's
you.
okay.
And then you would take this and you would connect it right here.
Uh-huh.
And then you just turn everything on. And it's kind of like, they say this is like the Estes method on steroids. But if you are someone who's very sensitive, this thing is like a portal. It's dangerous for someone like us who's sensitive because it will really open you up even more. It's crazy. Sean Austin will not do this because
really,
he says you are really opening yourself up. And I said, well, I've done it numerous times and I've been okay. Yeah. But yes, it reads your mind. I'm still kind of figuring out how to use it in the field, you know? Because, I mean, you don't let people ask you questions. You can. Basically, you're just kind of being quiet, and spirit is supposed to just, whatever's coming through, whatever I think is supposed to come through this box.
Wow.
So I really don't know how can I use it in the field where people would understand it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe write down a bunch of words and say, okay, these are the words I'm going to focus on. Let's see if it comes through. I have done that before. So, but I do have people that love it when I go on investigations. They're like, bring the brainwave.
Yeah.
Because that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's different. And it's something I don't use very often. Very, very often do I ever use it.
I mean, something like that would be kind of dangerous to use too much, I would think.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't, but it does. It does really open you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is, I mean, it's incredible what these devices do. I mean, I know the God's helmet, what I've experienced, but this is a whole different thing. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's something, that thing, for sure.
Yeah.
So what has come over it that you have experienced that has just been profound? I mean, has there been anything that you've used it for?
I've used it at the Jim Jones church, just like doing, like, instead of doing Estes method, I would just kind of put everything on, and I would just have somebody ask questions, and just to see if my mind would, I don't know. Like I said, I just tried to do different things with it. There's only so many ways that you can with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's unique. It's different. It's unique.
Yeah. I mean, 1 of 5. Goodness. I mean, that's
pretty darn impressive.
That's something to have.
I don't think they're making them no more. They only made 5, and I have one. Guess who else has one?
Who's that?
Who?
Jack Osborne.
Oh,
really?
Cool.
And you better believe he paid the full price.
Oh, he did.
But he has it. Who else has it? There's me. Someone else I know has it. I know Jack has it. Katie and them have the original one. And there's one other person that has it, and I don't know who the other person is. So.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is really awesome.
Yeah.
When I heard Jack had one, I was like,
oh,
seriously.
You and Jack Osborne, you're connected now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, Lord.
So one of your, and we kind of talked about this a little bit before we started the show backstage. One of your posts on Facebook was, where else around the country can you guys go to? Where outside of Ohio and some of the places that you've been surrounding Ohio, where are some of the really cool places that you really want to get into?
I want to go to some more prisons, more asylums. I really want to go over to Alcatraz. I would love to go there. I mean, there's so many places that we haven't, I don't even know. There's just so many places.
Yeah.
Iowa, there's the Villa House. I haven't been there yet. The Sally House, I haven't been there. There's just so much more I haven't been to that, I'd love to.
I know a lot of people that won't even look at the Sally House.
That's, I would like to go there. I'm pretty sure I'm friends with the owner. Yeah, I would like to. I haven't been there yet, but
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Yeah. And Mickey G, I think she lives somewhat close to there. I know she's close to Kansas City. No Sally House for her. So, I mean, hop, skip, and a jump for her, I guess. Yeah. I think I'll pass on that one.
I wouldn't. I would want to go just to experience it, just to see what it is. If you get scared, you can leave. It's not a big deal.
I'll watch your show when you do
Okay.
that.
They say you have to have a bonfire going out back because they say the animals and the cougars and stuff will come near.
That's when you get your bear spray.
Wait, so what did they say? What did you just say?
So my friend, we were just talking about this today. She's like, I'd like to go to the Sally House. And I was like, yeah. And she was telling me that she knows someone that went there and they had to have a bonfire going because they said that's to keep away the animals.
Okay.
I
thought you said the bonfire would attract them. I'm like, why would you want to build a bonfire?
Oh, no. They said it was to keep them away. So I'm like, dang, even in the wintertime, we'd have to have a big bonfire.
Yeah. Wow.
That seems cool.
You've been to a lot of places. What's your favorite location to go to?
Oh boy, I've got so many. I really can't pinpoint one. I can name about my top 5.
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Well, we got the Uber Shrine. I've got Cooper Hill. I've got that funeral in Toledo I was telling you guys about, the Mortuary Manor.
Mm-hmm.
That one is a good one. And the Mansfield Prison. And there was another one I really, really liked. Oh, the Randolph Asylum in Indiana.
Oh.
Yeah, those are like my top 5.
Gotcha. Have you ever encountered any? Well, you did. Never mind. You said that already. Never mind. Ever encountered any Bigfoot or cryptid activity in any of your?
Yeah, guys, there's something weird that's going on around out here where I live, and the crazy thing is because I've heard things whistling at me when I've came home from investigations from out in the cornfield. Something was whistling at me. I found weird footprints when I was at the cemetery right up the road from my house here investigating. Weird stuff going on here. And another thing that happened to my daughter about almost a month or 2 ago. Yeah, it was probably about 2 months. She was on her way out here and she swears up and down she saw on our road, she saw somebody run across the road on all 4s. And she said they just went right by her, right across the road. And I said, what? I said, how do you know that was a person? And she said, I saw its feet. I saw the feet, Mom. I was like, why would somebody be on all 4s? So she was really creeped out. She was so creeped out. She wouldn't get out of the car when she pulled in my driveway. I had to go out and walk her in. And then after that, when she was coming out to my house, she would not go outside until I walked her outside to her car. She was terrible. She was hearing whistling too from inside the house.
Oh,
her out. She's like, would you, Mom, please? Would you? I'm like, I heard it too. I've heard it, but I don't know what this is.
Oh man.
But somebody mentioned a rake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking dog man or something.
Rakes are not pretty. They're not.
I know.
They're mean.
And that's what I was thinking. Is that what my daughter might have seen?
Yeah. What, did it have hair or was it?
He said it looked like a person on all 4s and she could see his feet.
Yeah, it sounds like a rake.
That's terrifying.
And this was on your driveway?
This was on our road right here. Our road.
Oh, good God.
I'm surrounded by cornfields and woods, and we are by a lot of when we bought this house, the people they later seen me on YouTube investigating this house, right?
Mhm.
Of course, the realtor, nobody tells you the house is haunted, which it wouldn't have bothered me. But the lady seen I was doing investigations. She was following me, and she's like, I didn't even know you were into this. And she's like, I didn't even recognize my house. You guys have done so much to it. It looks different. And she told me when they lived here, they heard people talking here all the time when it was just her and her husband. They would hear whistling. They went out in the fields here and was collecting arrowheads, brought them into this house, and kept them in the bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah, don't do that.
That's a no-no.
Oh man.
There was a lot of Native Americans out here at one time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No. But I'll never forget the footprints I found. And then we've heard the howling out here.
Mhm.
My neighbor captured that howling out here. That was just too much between the footprints, the whistling, the howling, or whatever this thing was. Then my daughter seeing this weird thing is just like, what is going on out here?
Then you got the dolls up there, all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
You could charge
Wow.
admission to your property.
There you go.
This house is almost paid off. We'll just rent this out for people to come and invest.
That would be really cool.
Get an RV or something, live out back, and rent the house out. Pay for
Yeah.
everything.
My
Nice.
my kids growing up here were always terrified of this house. Always terrified. My daughter was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. Well, Mandy, this has been awesome. I thank you so much for scaring the crap out of me.
Yeah.
No, for coming on and sharing everything. It's incredible. I mean, if you get out to Illinois or Missouri, let me know, and I'll come meet you someplace. And we'll,
Hey, if you have a location, now we did do the Joliet prison in Illinois before, but if you have a location you think that we can go and get into, let me know, because my husband wants me to go to a different state and investigate. So
okay. Well, I
As
might
soon
have I have connections at Emmaus, so we can I can get you in there, and that's got everything that you want in there. So
Mhm.
hey, sounds like my type of place. So you just let me know.
all right,
Yeah.
awesome. Cool.
And I'll check out the areas in Florida and I'll let you know. And then
Yes.
maybe you can come to Florida.
Yes, definitely.
And one more time, here is her YouTube channel. Make sure you go over there and check that out. Check out that video on that house that you did. It's called, I had it here a second ago. Where is it? The Shadow over Sydney. Make sure you check that out. If you were completely frightened by that story that she was telling you about, you will be probably scared to death after watching that one. So right after we do our things here after the show, I'll go over and watch that. So, but make sure that you head on over first. BMR is going to be on at 8. But first, head on over to Blondes and Booze for a quick 10-minute announcement and stuff. And then head on over to BMR's channel. Real quick, I want to thank once again, I thank Brian, Gary, Sean, Josh for being a member. BMR, thank you, sir. And Bigfoot Fadas, thank you so much for your donations. Like I said, everything is going to go to Adam as he's recovering from that fire. So Mandy, again, thank you so much.
Thank you,
always welcome to come back on and chit chat and have a good time.
I want to say real quick, we got some pretty cool things that I can't really talk too much about. Let's just say we're going to be working on a big project, and it's going to be a little bit of cryptid and the paranormal. And this is
Yes.
That's about what I can tell you.
Okay.
And I'll wait.
We will make sure you wow. Make sure you subscribe to Ghost Sisters, and she'll have everything over there. Guys, thank you all for being here. Mandy, thank you again very much. Natalie, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you all over here tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody.